All right, welcome back to And Now for Something Horrible, where we're always talking about all of the terrible things that insects and other invertebrates get up to. So today I wanted to talk about honeybees because honeybees are, a very charismatic group of insects. People really like honeybees. I used to be a beekeeper. I really like honeybees, but they really have some messed up stuff about them that most people that know about bees know this stuff, but the general public doesn't really ever hear about any of this. So, as a refresher, there are three castes of bees within a hive. You have the queen here. This spot on her is put there by the beekeeper. This is just a mark, like a little bit of paint, so that he can see her easier in the hive. Although she is bigger, she tends to be kind of hidden. She'll usually have a lot of workers around her. This is the worker. This is uh, what does everything in the hive. They're all female. They are either the daughters or sisters of the queen. If it's a new queen, then it will be her sisters. If it's an older queen, they'll all be her daughters, and uh, they are diploid. So they have two copies of whatever chromosomes the queen gives there. And then you have the drones. These are the males. These are the brothers of the workers, and they are haploid. They only have one set of chromosomes that they only use for reproduction. So when they mate with a virgin queen, they give her all of their genetic material. So you have these three groups. And today we're going to talk about the drones. So drones are fairly easy to identify when you find them. They are larger than the workers by quite a bit, but generally smaller than the queens. And they have these giant eyes. And they also tend to be very fuzzy. So when you do see them, you'll see all this hair on them. They tend to look like kind of fuzzy teddy bear bees. They're extremely furry, but they have these enormous eyes. So not only are they bigger than their sisters, they have these enormous eyes, which are necessary for their mating practices, because honeybees mate in flight. And what happens when honeybees mate is a virgin queen, a newly hatched virgin queen, will leave the hive, and this is really like the only time that she will ever leave the hive. Is her mating flights, and she can do a couple mating flights, but it's generally one big flight, and she'll want to mate about 20 times, 20 plus times with different males. And so what happens is that all the drones from the surrounding area all congregate into one spot. And what's interesting about the spot is that these congregation spots tend to be very high up, between 30 and 100 feet. And they're used again year after year after year, which is really weird because the queens and the drones that show up to these spots every year are not the same ones as the ones from last year. Because of the way honeybee life cycles work, the queen will only do this once in her life, so she'll never go back to the spot. And the drones die every year, so new drones are bred and they fly to the same spot. It's very strange. But you'll have like one queen and like 10,000 drones. Um, so how the queen is flying around, and the drones have to be able to see her and track her movements, which is why they have these enormous eyes and they have these ocelli in the middle of their head to help them see. And they need to find her, chase her down, and mate with her while in flight. So what is horrible about this is when the drones find her and copulate with her. This is what the drone reproductive system looks like. This is the adiagus, the penis, and all of the sperm. When he copulates with her, he sticks this inside of her and ejaculates with such force that his entire back abdomen shatters. So this all breaks off inside the queen, and he falls to his death because now he's been basically cut in half. So this is the only thing he will ever do in his life is this mating. So this shatters. He falls to his death. The queen is now flying around with this stuck in her back end. And if you'll remember, the queen is larger than the drone, but she's not huge. So all of this is stuck in her back end, and she's still flying around. The next drone will rush up to her and bite this off and rip it out of her. And then he'll stick his in, and his whole abdomen will explode, and he'll fall to his death. And then the next drone comes up and grips hold of this with his mouth, pulls it out, sticks his in, explodes. Over and over and over this happens, 20 plus times. But remember, there's like 10,000 drones. So all of the thousands of drones that didn't mate and die go back to their hive, and they'll try this again and again throughout the rest of the year. But when the fall comes, if you're still alive as a drone, the workers force you out of the hive to die. So you'll either be eaten by predators or starve to death or succumb to the cold because they don't want to take care of you over the winter. If you are a drone and refuse to leave, your sisters will decapitate you. This is the end of your life. You're dying this year one way or another. Either you ejaculate so hard that you rip apart your abdomen, or your sisters kill you. So that is the life of a drone. It's pretty rough. They only exist to mate and die, and that's it. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later.